Things probably going to get a bit skew whiff now. That's another one that Isla thinks I've made up.
Skew whiff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about my silly, when I make words up basically, I get the first letter of my words
I'm
back
quite
to
happy
front.
to read them out.
And Sharon has made a list on her phone now of the
best ones, yeah.
the ones. We were here last time. We did a quiz with Duncan here a few weeks back, and we did one then, and neither of us could stop laughing.
No, we lost it, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I'll read a couple of that again.
Struggling.
Del Bowl, which was the doorbell.
That's it. Del Bolt.
Moster and Petal, which is mortar and pestle. Oh, Throstcredding. I quite like that one as well.
Throstcredding's great.
Instead of
great.
Throstcredding.
Yeah.
The one that made us laugh the other day was Wenzel Doshington.
Wenzel Doshington, that's his name, isn't it?
Yes, Wenzel Doshington. And saying Elon Musk instead of eating mess.
Oh, yeah. Did I really say that? I can't believe I said that.
Yes. After a few jokes, I think. And if people are old enough to remember the Pufruno affair.
Oh, yes.
One night you couldn't get out at all.
That might have been the same night.
It might have been the same night because it came out as Prosecco or Prosciutto.
That's it, that's the one that got me.
The Prosciutto affair, which was just an argument over a load of ham. Oh, my blame has just gone blank. That's one of my favourites as well. And the one I don't make any sense of is I just nudged it. I still don't know what you were trying to say.
I can only think of it being nudged. That's all I can think. Unless it's nudged and botched.
It could have been nudged. I
have no
written
idea.
down any context.
No idea.
So that was good. Oh dear. And the one I did the other day was flow snakes.
Yeah, flow snakes.
Well, I've only done one and Jan's done hundreds.
Okay.
It's nice to be a source of amusement. Boring world it would be.
Yeah.
We're here New Year's Eve, aren't we?
We are. Oh, well, we are here. That's right.
I might have to keep my decorations up until then. Normally I'm
When
tearing them down long before New Year's Eve.
Are you really? Oh.
I think it's because it's my birthday. So
you don't want it to be anything to do with Christmas.
No, it's not that. I run out of room, so my birthday cards haven't got anywhere to put. So I tend to take the Christmas cards down because my birthday cards go up.
Yeah.
And then after that, I thought, I might as well do the rest.
Well, my birthday, 17th of January, is still. Oh, I know what it was. While I was taking cards down, it's because my ex's birthday was the day before. So I used to.
Yours.
Yeah. So I used to make sure I took his cards down to make room for mine the next day.
Oh, right, rather than your Christmas.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Okay. My cousin's husband was actually born on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Which is even harder, isn't it, than I think.
Yeah. My granddaughter was born Christmas Eve. I feel sorry for my son and his partner.
I didn't realise she was so close to Christmas. I know she was after the twins, but I didn't realise she was Christmas Eve, bless her.
Yeah, because we was all getting worked up for Christmas and then that was it. She had to be rushed because we didn't think we were going to see Emma over Christmas because we were all there that Christmas.
That's right. Is that the Christmas you
Emma
stayed
got rushed
at
in and we thought, we're not even going to see Alan and Emma at Christmas because they're all going to be in the hospital. Couldn't believe it. As usual, 24 hours she was out by Boxing Day. In fact, no, I think it was Christmas Day because it's one of those things where the more you've had, you can come home after 6 hours, can't you?
Yeah. It's a bit morbid, but if you could choose the last thing you see before you die, what would it be?
It's a really hard one, isn't it? Because
you don't want to say like Carl coming straight towards
No. And I don't want to say all my family around because I don't want them to see me like that either, but I don't know.
Not Duncan, you don't want to see Duncan.
Well, obviously, I'm going to take it for granted that it will be there, to be honest, but...
Think of a thing rather than a person. That's easier. Because I was thinking French countryside. Maybe like in a little wheelchair, all wrapped up, like nice and warm with a blanket over my knees, just looking out.
Yeah.
Up by the bins. That doesn't sound
I could
right.
say I could... last one I see is one of my videos.
On YouTube. Yeah. No, I was going to say up by the bins. You know that view?
Oh, I thought you wanted to see the bins be your last view.
The recycling bins. No, but there's a lovely view across the countryside from there, isn't there? That'd be quite sweet.
No, I can't answer that one because
You're not that. You don't like morbidity, do you?
no, I don't really. And it's
So try and find you a cheerful one to answer. What is the strongest craving you get?
I don't know, I suppose it's just sugar, but I might just sit there some evenings, especially but obviously when you're dieting, and you sit there and I just think I just need something nice. And I suppose as time's gone on actually where I've needed sugar less and less, I just want something nice. So it could be a nice chunk of cheese or some food basically.
Any food.
I quite often fancy pastry. Again, that's probably because it's something I've cut out a lot.
I was thinking, what was not the world, but what was the UK like before sugar was readily available? Because that's quite recent.
When you say recent, what was
Victorian
it?
Times. I mean, probably before
1800s, was it?
that. For the rich, yeah, maybe 1900s.
You end up thinking, why did they even discover it? Because it's a curse.
Exactly. Because it was brought from the West Indies, isn't it? So it's slave trade times. It could have been 18th century. But it wouldn't have been available to the masses till later.
No, it's sugar and salt, funny enough. The things that we crave now are both things that were discovered quite late, weren't they?
Imported, yeah.
And who decided it was sugar and who decided it was salt? Where do these words come from? We're going deeper and deeper here.
What to put in which? I mean, it would have been sugar cane. So who decided that stick in a field, I'm going to give that a little...
Yeah.
Oh, it's sweet.
There are some things you just think, who cooked this? Who... You know, even, I mean, like sweet corn. What made them eat it?
Potatoes.
Made you think...
Potatoes don't look attractive.
No, they don't. I suppose most... I mean, who mind you, animals have been killed from a long, long time, haven't
See,
they?
bread is an interesting one because bread is quite a big process, isn't it? Because you've got to ground down the wheat in the first place to make flour.
Exactly. Who worked out the... And where does yeast come from? Where's yeast?
Isn't it just a bacteria or something?
It suggests it, doesn't it? Because it obviously ferments, doesn't it? Which is what makes it rise.
Yeast is a fungus
Oh, there you go.
that grows as a single cell rather than as a mushroom. So yeah, who decided, one, to grind down wheat to make a flour and then stick a fungus in it and then shove it somewhere hot? Weird, isn't it?
Yeah. This is where sometimes we're grateful for inventors and sometimes I think, why did they discover that?
Oh, of course, the most common bread yeast can also be grown by simply combining flour and water. And then you leave it on the side, don't you, to ferment?
Just flour and water?
Yeah, so maybe someone left some flour and water too long and it all started bubbling up and they thought, oh, that'll make my bread bigger.
Right, do you...
Sorry.
I know this one. Do you prefer baths or showers?
Well, depends on the mood and the occasion. Showers I see more of a thing you do every day, like a necessity, a routine. I do like my shower. I do like my big, what they call those, like rainwater.
Yeah, walk-in ones.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it?
Oh, it's big walk-in.
It's not an old person's walk-in. It's just a walk-in.
Not yet.
I
But I bloody love a bath.
well, see, I love a shower because it's over. It's almost like a. I've said to you before. It's like I'm not using too much water or electricity or anything like that. It's just get in, out.
Yes.
Because I can't be bothered.
I'm a quick shower.
Yeah, so am I, and that's why
Isla, if
the
you're watching
baths.
this.
I just think the baths.
5 minutes, 10 minutes in a shower, Isla.
And there's a waste to me. It's a waste of time having a shower to me because I see it as a shower is a good thing to do because you get clean very quickly, less water out. Every now and then when I've had a really hard day in the garden or something, that's when I think I always end up saying this is the only time I feel I need a bath. But I just think the time
Do you know
I
you
feel
could always come round?
I know I could, but I just feel
Max does.
yeah. Well, I'd end up having to give a shout for people to get me out. You know, it's like unless my stomach muscles have improved, I can't get out of the shower, bath. Sorry, but no, I just think by the time it takes a while to fill it, and then I'm in there 2 minutes now, and all that water.
See, I'm not in there 2 minutes because I read in the bath.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember doing that when we didn't have a shower.
Yeah, good
and I'd be laying in the bath, I might read or something, and then you start to get that scum floating on the top of the water that's come out of your body, and I think, oh.
No, I
I remember my dad's baths were like that.
It depends how
Get out, there'd be
dirty
the
you are.
ring round it,
Yeah,
yeah.
it depends how dirty you are when you
Yeah,
get in. I mean, if
yeah.
he's come from work or whatever. Who's your favourite TV detective?
Oh, Poirot.
Is he?
Poirot and Sherlock. I'd say on a neat, even thing, actually.
I never liked Poirot much.
No?
He's arrogant, isn't he?
Oh, he is, but there's something about the whole... I think, to be honest, it's
the
not
Agatha
just
Christie
Poirot,
thing.
it's the era as well. I
Yes,
love that
yeah.
era with the clothes and just everything. It just... I don't know, something about it. I can't... No, I see now I'm sitting here. I should have thought... See, now I like Poirot, Sherlock... Columbo was always quite funny.
Yes, Columbo.
And the most recent one, the one that's got the obsessions, and he's really got OCDs. What's his name? Dark curly hair, American. You never seen
I
it?
can't think who you're talking about.
It's
'Cause
probably
I was
shouting at the screen
thinking
now,
of,
telling me who it is.
Marcello, I was thinking of Marcello.
Yeah,
You
that was
said
good, but I don't
didn't
know
like
what.
the last series.
Oh, on the end of my tongue. Look it up. OCD detective.
Okay. See, I like Strike now, who is quite a recent one, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it rings a bell, but I've not seen it.
Monk.
That's it, Monk. I knew it was one word.
Monk.
Just,
You weren't far off. I've never watched Monk.
we watched
He's
that.
quite...
Oh yeah, he was in another pro. See, again, we're menopausal women, forgetting everything.
Galaxy Quest.
What's the most violent action you've ever performed?
In reality,
Well, I suppose it's got to be, isn't it?
not a violent person.
No, exactly. You don't tend to get angry much, even. Well, not like I
The
said.
one that came to mind was when I got mugged.
Oh yes.
When I
Yeah.
fought with him,
Mm.
which was stupid, because he grabbed my handbag. I had a shoulder bag on shoulder, so he grabbed the bag bit of it. I grabbed the handle, and we were like, let go, and the handle broke off. And I ended up with just the handle. But thinking about it afterwards, he could have had a knife or anything. He didn't, but that was probably the most.
I
Killed
can't
several
think of
times.
anything violent either, to be honest.
Punched anyone in the face or anything.
No, that's one of those things I've always wanted to do.
I
I've always
think
wanted
it's
to go.
a punch is actually probably as more difficult than it looks on the telly, because we're not used to going like that.
No.
And there's something about hitting another person, I think, that would make you pull up
Hold back a
little
bit, yeah.
And I think it actually hurts your knuckles quite a lot.
Yeah, you're supposed to keep your thumb in, aren't you, apparently?
Is it thumb in or thumb out?
Because otherwise you could break your thumb back, I think. Any punch experts out there?
Anybody want to give us advice? What's one thing you've always wanted to do but never have? Again, keep it clean.
There's probably lots of things. Well, travel. Although I've done some travelling, haven't I?
You'd have liked to have done more.
Oh, one thing I always... Like, I see all these dangerous things on Facebook. I've been sharing quite a few of them recently. But one was I'd like to have the courage to do a long zip wire. I've only done one of those once, and it wasn't very long. And another one is one of those, like toboggan, but on rails. I really, really want to do one of those. Just
That's interesting.
I'd love to. There's something like that in Normandy somewhere.
Is there?
I'm not sure how long it is, but I really fancy doing that. I do like that. Like, I think we've spoken about this before with fair rides and things. The ones I like are the speed ones. Nothing that turns and makes me feel sick. I can't do that.
Normandy.
You got anything you want to do?
I mean, I would again probably say, a luge track. Is that what you think?
That's it, yeah. The luge.
Sous l'oeuvre viaduct.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
Mm. That's near Sauderval, I think.
Yes. Well, Calvados, it's saying.
Well,
It's not that far from us.
no, we just haven't got round to it.
It's just kind of, this one's kind of north of Veer. Well, that should go on our list, Jan.
It should.
Don't look far away.
Well, one I had before that was horse riding.
Yes.
Natalie and Leon got me a couple of riding lessons for my birthday, and it wasn't for me. The horse galloped a bit, and I clenched so hard to the horse that I got cramp in my buttocks, and it was so painful. I never went back. There's a lot of things That's the thing, you should never have regrets, and that's why you want to get these things out of the way. But there's still a lot of things that I'd love to do, but I know I will never do it. Oh, when and where were you happiest?
Oh, I'm happy in France. I'm probably the happiest I've been for a long time here. Yeah, I like my life here. Before, I was happy when the kids were little. I really enjoyed that. I loved having little kids.
When they're toddlers,
yeah,
it's fun,
three
isn't
little
it?
ones running around. I really enjoyed that. When I first started working in housing, when I was a housing officer, really enjoyed that. I don't think work was ever as much fun as it was when I was actually working directly with the tenants. And
probably in the early days as well, isn't it? Because they started more and more rules coming, and that makes it harder and harder to enjoy it.
But it was also, what we had was very, very small patches, so very small number of tenants to look after, like 300 odd, which is very small. But we did everything, and I really enjoyed that. We did the rent-a-rears, we did the repairs.
More variety, it makes it more interesting and
we did
enjoy
the
it.
empties, the voids, everything. Really enjoyed that. And it was a nice bunch. We were all in our 20s and really got on well. Yeah, really enjoyed that. But yeah, here's lovely.
Yeah, I would say much the same, really. The same when the kids are little. And holidays, of course.
Holidays. See, when somebody says, like, when you want to be calm and you go to your happy place, that's usually the Vendée. That's usually on.
Really? You still think of it like that? Because you've got good memories of that as well, yeah.
Strange. What do you order when you have Chinese food?
Oh, it's always noodles. Funnily enough, that's what we had in the UK. Always aim for noodles.
Classic noodles.
I went for chow mein.
But not the crispy noodles.
I don't think I've ever tried them.
Singapore noodles, are there?
I've never tried crispy, I don't think. But it's nearly always noodles rather than rice. And this time I had chicken and cashew, which is three of my favourite things. It was nice.
Where was that?
It was a takeaway. We had it delivered. So
on holiday recently.
Yeah, just in UK.
Oh, right, lovely.
Yeah, but it was funny because we were laughing. There's all these dishes. It was like 80 odd pounds worth of stuff. All these dishes because there was about 6-7 of us, and yet they only sent 2 fortune cookies. How tight is that? How tight is that?
Just 2. Yeah. We used to have a lovely, when I worked in Deptford, we used to have a lovely takeaway place, more or less opposite the office. And we used to go for lunch, and they'd get a foil dish, and you'd go, it was like a buffet, and you say, I'll have one of everything. And they used to pack in it, and then they'd put the spring rolls on the top, really square. It was absolutely chockers in there. It was lovely.
I've seen them do that in that one in Mayenne, I must admit.
Oh, that's interesting. What's the most memorable class you've ever taken? So I suppose you'd put training course or something in there, don't you?
I love courses, full stop, to be honest. I love learning loads of these things. I quite enjoyed. I went to a English sign language class. I enjoyed that. Was it English sign language? Makaton, is it the same thing? Makaton is what I...
Oh, right.
I can't remember any of it now, but I was so proud of myself doing it, and then I never got to use it, so it just went out of my head. Yeah, to be honest, just anything where I'm learning, I'm happy with that. Apart from school stuff, even that now, to be honest, I would say I wouldn't have done like maths and history, but if I can learn any of that now, it's a shame we have to learn when we're younger sometimes.
Yeah, wasted on the young.
Because you want to learn it when you're older.
I have thought about doing an open university course.
Yeah, I did when I was learning or doing my course for nursery nursing and things like that. Then that was in my mind. I quite enjoyed doing the essays and all that sort of stuff. It was difficult though with the kids being young as well, but no, anything basically, learn anything. Which is why I'm always constantly looking at YouTube to learn.
Yeah, it's a good way to learn, isn't it?
Who's your favourite Muppet?
Again, I've watched a lot of Muppets. I quite like the Mad Drummer.
Yeah, what's it called?
Oh, the Swedish Chef.
Oh yeah.
Birdie,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
they were good. Yeah,
there's quite a few in there I like myself. I like Miss Piggy and I like Kermit. But no, the Swedish chef is just funny. I think for years, when everybody just did that when they were cooking.
Yes.
Do it.
Oh, dear.